pretty happy with that. Hello again and welcome back to my channel, and firstly a huge thank you to the folks who got in touch following my design concepts and idea video where I asked for help and advice on a couple of issues. After a few emails and social media conversations, I think I've managed to resolve the problems I had. If you cast your mind back to the first video, one issue was not being able to fit the 50mm PIR insulation to the inside section of the frame as not part of a self-contained module, because then I wouldn't be able to secure the wall panels together in the centre of the timber. The insulation would end up being retrofitted, which I didn't want to do. This will also present a problem with not being able to foil tape the insulation to the inner part of the wall, thus failing to create a suitable internal vapour barrier. As this video will show, I resolved this problem simply by switching from 50mm to 25mm PIR insulation. This allows me to foil tape on the inside and clad it with the internal OSB board, and still gives me plenty of room to secure the side panels together, giving me a complete module as I had initially intended. Secondly, thank you to the subscriber who commented that because I'm using an EPDM roof, I wouldn't need such a steep slope that I initially had intended. So I've revised the plan now from 8-foot panels at the front down to 7 foot at the back. Anyway, on to today's video. Now, logic would say when you're building a garden room or a workshop, after your design ideas, you would work from the ground up. Unfortunately, the groundworks for my building have yet to get underway. A neighbour who will be digging out and levelling the area off for me as a very kind favour, as they've got all the equipment and all the gear, but they're very busy at the moment. So, however, really, the benefit of this design idea allows me to crack on with the rest of the build, even though the groundworks and the base have yet to be started. So today's video is exclusively about how I'm building the modular wall sections. I decided to start with the back panels as they're all 7 foot by 4 foot, and I thought it'd be better to start with the easiest part of the wall panel build. Let's see how we get on. Hope you enjoy the video, and I'll see you at the end. Thank you. Okay, the back modules are now completed and I'm happy with them, and the next stage is to build the side panels. Now, the key to this kind of modular system thing working is me doing accurate marking and cutting. So the 3 side panels are going to be working their way from 8 foot at the front down to 7 foot at the back. So how am I going to accurately measure and cut that? Well, what I've decided to do is to place my workbench, the piece of wood, the 2x4 along there is 3.6 meters long, so I can just about, in theory, fit the 3 panels across. So I'm going to do that and double them up for both sides, and then I need to trim off one end, the actual width of the wood and the board, which was 85 millimeters, so times 2, so 170 mil I need to trim off, and then I need to draw a line or measure from 8 foot to 7 foot, cut that down, and hopefully that will be okay. Let's see how we get on.
They've done extremely well. You know, if you compare them with some of the great players around in their first 10 tests, you know, Burns and Sibley and Pope have done extremely well. I think Barbara Azam, after 12 test matches, was averaging 24. Jacques Callis, after 14 matches, averaging 24.
8 foot to 7 foot, cut accurately over 12 foot. Boom. It's in. Well, reality of the situation is it's taken me all day to set up 2 cuts, but I have to say I'm really happy with it. The long cut, which is across 3 boards, so 12 foot in length, and I'm reducing it by 12 inches. I bought this ages ago in a clearance sale for a couple of quid. Simple chalk line thing. Couldn't have done it without that. And really happy. The track saw, my new track saw, well, I've had it for a little while now. Deadly accurate, absolutely brilliant it is. So I think it's probably a good time to finish up for today. I'm feeling a bit tired, to be honest, so I'm going to get all this packed away, and then tomorrow we can start cladding and lining the panels for the sides. Right. Morning. It's the day after the epic preparation and cutting of the side OSB panels. Now, fortunately, as I checked the weather forecast last night, which was nice, I could leave it like that overnight, mainly because I got to the end of the cutting and I was pretty shattered, to be honest. So just one thing I think I missed out earlier on is just in regards to the boards themselves. Now, mine come with kind of like a nicer side, if you like, which is a smoother side, and then kind of a more rough side. Now, I want this side to be the internal walls of my workshop. So when I was setting this up, the bottom ones, the 3 panels I put on the bottom, they were kind of nice side facing up, and the top ones that I put over them, they were kind of nice side facing down, because when I've done the cuts, obviously I need to line them and then insulate them, and you need to make sure that that bit would be on the inside, so I've had to do it that way. So next step is to unscrew the fixings that held them down overnight, and then I'm gonna crack on with them, getting them lined and insulated. Okay, busy day. All right, just had a little rain filming delay there, but I carried on with doing the measuring and the chopping. Now, just to let you know what the plan is for this bit, and then I'm just going to crack on with it and get on with it as best I can, weather pending. This is one of the south side facing modules, the side panels, and each one of these is going to have one of those windows in, which were a skip find. They're basically brand new as soon as you clean them up. So I've never fitted a window before in my life. In fact, there's many things on this project I've never done in my life, but I'm just going to talk you through what my plan is, and well, I'll show you, and then I'm just going to crack on with it. So for the base of the windows is 60 centimeters square, including the little bit on the bottom. And so I'm going to give 5 mil around, so I'm going to measure 61 centimeters gap, so I can use packers or to allow for expansion and all that business. So I've cut 2 pieces across, of which the window will rest on, and that's going to have 1 support brace in the middle, and then I've cut 2 pieces for the sides, so allow 5 mil either side, and then a bracing piece to go across the top. So I'm going to secure all that together, then I'm going to put the insulation's going to be a bit tricky because there's so many bits and pieces to cut, but that's just the way it is, isn't it? So best crack on, busy, but hopefully going to get there in the end. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's video, watching my design ideas come to life and also trying to overcome some of the difficulties I've been facing. The beauty of this type of design for me is it allows me to look at each panel or each module as a separate building project in itself and not be overcome with thoughts that I'm incapable of making such a large scale project like this. I'm currently sat on some of the modules that I've completed. So far I've done 9 out of a total of 18, so I'm halfway there, which will give me the 24 foot by 12 foot wall frame. This video has been a long time coming for numerous factors well beyond my control, but I'm getting there slowly. As always, take care, look after yourselves, and I'll see you soon. Thanks very much.